All right, let's dive into the world of user experience, or as everyone calls it, UX design. Now, see that infinity loop on the screen? That's not just some cool graphic, that's basically the whole idea behind UX. It's this never-ending process of designing something, testing it, and making it better. And by the end of this, you're going to see exactly how designers use this loop to make the apps you love so incredibly easy to use.
Okay, let's start with a really simple question. And be honest, have you ever downloaded an app, tried to use it, got completely frustrated, and just deleted it? I mean, we've all been there, right? That feeling of pure annoyance versus the magic of an app that just works. That difference is what UX design is all about.
And let's put a number on that frustration. Get this, a massive 88% of people will not return to an app or a website after having just one bad experience. Think about that for a second. One confusing button, one menu that doesn't make sense, and poof, they are gone for good.
But on the flip side, the reward for getting it right is just huge. For every single dollar a company puts into good user experience, they can get up to $200 back. That is an insane return on investment. So this isn't just about good feelings. It's about smart, successful business.
And it just keeps getting better. A really well-designed user experience can lead to a 400% higher conversion rate. Now, conversion rate is just a fancy business term for getting someone to do what you want them to do. You know, click the buy button, sign up, or subscribe. Good design makes that journey so smooth that 4 times as many people will actually finish it.
So all these big numbers, what do they really mean? They all point to one simple, powerful idea. Good design isn't just art, it's good business. It's about creating an experience that's so effective, it directly fuels a company's success.
And here we have a perfect tale of two companies. On one side, you've got Spotify's Discover Weekly. They asked a simple question, what do our users actually want? And the answer was a perfect, personalized playlist that takes zero effort. The result? A feature that millions of people love and that keeps them subscribed. And then you've got Snapchat's 2018 redesign. They totally changed the layout. Users absolutely hated it, and after just one tweet from Kylie Jenner criticizing it, the company lost $1.3 billion in value in a single day. That shows you the incredible power and the massive risk of user experience.
Which brings us to the one question that every great UX designer has to ask themselves every single day. Is this button, this feature, this entire app, is it truly helping the user, or is it just serving the business's goals? The best designers find that perfect sweet spot where both needs meet, but their main job? It's to be the champion for the user.
Okay, now before we go any further, we have to clear up the biggest point of confusion in this entire field. What is the difference between UX and its close cousin UI, which stands for user interface?
Let's make this super simple. I want you to think of building a house. The UX is the blueprint. It's the foundation, the structure, the way you move from the kitchen to the living room. It's all about how the house works as a functional space. The UI, on the other hand, is the decor. It's the color of the paint on the walls, the style of the furniture, the cool light fixtures. It's how the house looks and feels.
Let's break that down even more. The UX designer is the architect. They're focused on the blueprint, doing the research, figuring out the flow, making sure the structure is solid and makes sense. The UI designer is the interior decorator. They're picking the color palettes, the typography, all the visual elements that you actually see and touch. You absolutely cannot have a great house without both, and it's the exact same for an app or a website.
So, what's the recipe for a great user experience? It really boils down to 4 key ingredients. First, is it useful? Does it actually solve a problem for you, like helping you find your way in a new city? Second, is it usable? Is it so easy to figure out that you don't even need instructions? Third, is it desirable? Does it feel so good to use that you actually want to come back to it? And finally, and this one is so important, is it accessible? Can someone with a disability, say someone who is visually impaired, use it just as easily as anyone else?
Okay, so we know why UX is so important, and we know what it is. But how do people actually, do it? Well, it's not just random guessing. There's a proven, structured process for it, and it's called the design thinking loop. And this is it. This is the exact playbook used by giant companies like Google, Airbnb, and Grab to create the products we use every single day. Now you can see the 5 steps there, but the most important part of this whole diagram, it's the arrows that turn it into a circle. It's a loop, not a straight line from start to finish. That's the secret sauce.
So how does it work? It all starts with empathize. You go out and you talk to real people to deeply understand their problems. Then you define exactly what the core problem is that you're going to solve. Next up is ideate, which is really just a fun way of saying brainstorm. You come up with tons of ideas, no matter how wild. From there, you build a prototype, a quick and dirty version of your best idea. And finally, you test it with real users to see what they think.
And this is where the magic really happens. After you test your prototype, what do you do with all that feedback? You go right back to the beginning of the loop. You use what you learned to understand the problem better, to come up with even smarter ideas, and to build a better prototype. That's why great UX is never truly done. It just keeps getting better and better with every single turn of the loop.
So if this whole process of solving problems for people sounds exciting to you, you're probably wondering what a career in UX actually looks like. And trust me, it is way more than just a single job title.
Think of UX design as the sun in a solar system. Orbiting around it are all these different specializations. You could be a UX researcher who spends their days interviewing users to find key insights. You could be a UI designer, focusing on making things beautiful and intuitive. Or an accessibility specialist, making sure products work for absolutely everyone. There are so many paths you can take.
Now, to do any of this work, you need the right tools. And listen, in today's world, one tool rules them all: Figma. It has become the absolute industry standard. So if you're even thinking about a career in this field, learning Figma is step number one. It's non-negotiable. Other tools exist, for sure, but Figma is the foundation for pretty much every modern design team out there.
So I want to leave you with a little challenge. The next time you open an app on your phone, don't just use it. I want you to really see it. Try to see the blueprint that's hiding underneath the decor. Think about that design loop and all the decisions that went into every single button and menu you see. And ask yourself, was this designed for me, or was it designed for the business? Because now, you know how to see the difference.